Hello and welcome to this week's Market Minute. Eric Hagstette with Inhabit Real Estate. I've been gone for a couple weeks. I was down in Georgia where I'm from, actually being with my family and caring for my mom. And I'll tell you what, we think we have a tight market here. Everywhere is the same situation in terms of low inventory. And I promised I wouldn't talk about low inventory about a month ago, but it was slightly reassuring to know that Portland is not the only market in a housing crisis, low on inventory with highly aggressive tactics in the market. So we're not alone there. And today that brings me to a new topic that I want to share with you, and that's alternatives to the house. The single family home is the one that's so scarce and that's everybody wants, but there are other types of housing out there. And I'm not just talking about condominiums and townhouses. Yes, those are more plentiful than the traditional house. But what I want to talk about today is a little more fun, and that's floating homes, cabins, and actually duplexes. So I'm going to open your eyes to these three different types of real estate that we're seeing become more and more popular for the obvious reasons, scarcity in housing, but also from COVID, lifestyle reasons, and in general, people just being more open to alternatives since there's so few houses to shop for here in town. So here we go, floating homes. Now, we've all got a preconceived notion about what a floating home looks and feels like. The cool thing about Portland is we have so many morages close by because we're so surrounded by water. So there are a plethora of different styles, shapes, and sizes of floating homes and floating home morages for you to choose from. And they're not freezing cold and they're not, gonna sink. And there's all those things that we hear about floating homes. But take it from me, somebody who owns one and has owned one for over 6 years, they're very comfortable, very fun, and a great alternative to living in a house. Now, my floating home that I own is on Sauvie Island. It's maybe 17 miles from city center, and it's so easy for us to come and go when we're there and to enjoy a vacation-like feeling, but also be able to function in and out of town with our family and all that we do. Now, I do have a floating home currently listed at my mortgage, and it's amazing. And if you didn't know it was sitting on water, you'd think you were in a single family home. It's beautiful, big house, and it's just sitting right on the water in a lovely location. So think about that. We'll show you a couple pictures in a minute. Number 2, cabins. Areas off the beaten path. There's so much of that as well. We have the coast, we have Mount Hood, and recently we sold a property up in Cougar, Washington, of all places. It was a small cabin on 3 acres, and the market went bananas over that. And that's for somebody who's probably gonna live there full time. There's 5G, there's highway access, and then you have this great feeling of living on vacation, which is so cool and so great in today's high stress environment. So think about that as well, and we have lots of choices and examples for you there as well. Now last, closer in town, a little more traditional, but if you're hitting your head against the wall looking for a single family home, why not look at a duplex or a 3-plex, or something simple that would allow you to live there and generate rental income while you're paying off your mortgage and let other people do that for you. So I still encourage you to think outside the box, open up your marketplace, and kind of buck the trend a little bit. Portland has a very promising real estate future going forward for many, many reasons. And think about it, it's not all about the house. There are other alternatives out there. So open your mind, open your eyes, let us know if you have questions, and we have lots of fun inventory to share with you. Please tune in, subscribe, like, and ask all the comments and questions or post all the comments and questions you'd like. It's great to see you again, and we'll see you soon for next week's Market Minute.